Similarly, there's a common question that I'm sure many parents and many people ask you is that what is a food to avoid, something that can impact the learning and the cognitive function in youngsters or young children? What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, that's again a very good question. Some of the things that I have seen and the research has backed up as well that severely impacts the kids' learning and their energy levels. Number one on the list is sugar. Okay, any sugary foods, beverages, chocolate, lollies, ice cream, energy drinks, you name it, they have a lot of refined sugar. And though it gives energy, what it does is the quicker it gives energy, the quicker you're going to get that crash and that dopamine hit you get, and you're going to have that again and again. And that's when it feels addictive. And we feel like they're doing us a favor because you're getting that rush and you're getting things done. But it's just the faster you get that rush, the quicker you're going to get the decline. And that's where the problem is when it comes to these sugary drinks. And it is going to impact their concentration because they're getting that dip constant, especially if they're studying and they have exams or they're in school. That's where the problem comes in, right? Other things would be foods that are processed in terms of, or like takeaways, pizzas, burgers. They're all a lot of foods that are high in fats. Again, that not only just impacts their focus and concentration, they would also impact their overall general health and well-being because of the extra fats that we're getting in. Okay, and they also lead to brain fog, right? Because it's just too heavy for sometimes the body to digest, so it's too busy to do that to help you actually focus.
And sometimes, do you wonder when you go to the supermarket, they're all full of wonderful packing of these sugary items. Think about the sugary drinks out there. Look at their amazing packaging and so attractive to young kids as well.
Yep. That's just their marketing team trying to make sure they target the right audience and especially the kids, because they get really fascinated by these colorful packaging, be it sugary drinks or cereals. And you would see kids throwing tantrums because they want it, and then because parents don't want the drama in the school, in the supermarket, they sometimes they're forced to buy, but they can actually have a lot of negative impacts on kids because sometimes these sugary drinks can be high in sugars, and also they have too much caffeine in them, right? Which can lead to, for kids, they don't need to have a lot of caffeine in general, right? But because of this caffeine, it can sometimes cause blood pressure. That
at a young age.
Yeah. Even if you have coffee or too much coffee, it doesn't matter. It will increase your blood pressure. It has not like, I'm not saying blood pressure like as a lifelong illness, but at that point, moment, it can increase your blood pressure. Okay. It can cause you to have irregular heartbeats, and heart issues or heart conditions are like on the rise, right? And we have to make sure from this young age, while the world or the food industry is trying to make sure that we buy all these junk for their benefits, we have to provide that environment to our kids to make sure they are making that choice mindfully, and they're aware what it's actually doing to them. Yeah. And that can't just happen like, no, don't eat it just because I said it. I agree. That doesn't work anymore.
I know.
Yeah.
And talking about sugar, there's a general perception that having sugar is also leading to hyperactivity in kids, and again, which could be harmful. So what is your take on kids having addicted drinks, getting hyperactive after having those, and obviously parents also talk about it? What are your thoughts on that?
This is a very common thing that we hear about, and we see, I've personally see as well, like if be kids or adults, we do get a very hyperactive after having something that's very sugary, right? Yeah. But the research has not been able to show that yet.
Okay.
But having said that, because there's a lot of sugar in it, body tries to manage it and control it down so we avoid that crashes. It will be stored by different organs so that they can use it for later purposes. But because we are just happy to have that, because we all love chocolates, we all love sugary drinks, you name it, Coke, cakes, pastries, exactly, right? And just because we are happy, or like if it's a social setting, we're with friends or kids are with friends or they're having a party, they would like it. And sometimes it could be that's the reason they're active and they're excited, not just the sugar itself. Having said that, just because it's not it's been proved by research, it doesn't mean sugar is good for you, right?
Yeah.
It can again cause, if it's not hyperactivity, it would cause other medical issues, other health issues like diabetes at a young age, insulin resistance, you just name it.